there are a lot of key settings that we need to really optimize to make this page even better. So on the left side, we want to go down to settings. I'm going to click on settings. That'll bring us into quite a few settings about our page. You can see on the left side, just tons and tons of options here. We won't go through all of them, mostly just going through the ones that I would say are very important. So going through preferences, first of all, reaction preferences, you can choose if you want to show or hide the number of reactions on your posts or on other posts from other people that are maybe tagging you, for example. So if you're really small in the beginning and you're trying to act like you're bigger than you are, you may not want it to show like just 1 or 2 likes. So maybe you could hide this on your post in the beginning if you really wanted to. Notifications, of course, you will be getting a ton of notifications in the beginning. This can be a distraction for your business. So personally, I like to disable a lot of the notifications here. So I'll just go in and just kind of disable as many as I can. Then down here, accessibility, not a whole lot that I need to change here. If you want to change like light or dark mode, you can do that. Scrolling down then, we have page details. This is going to be a big one. We added a bunch of page details already, but you'll see among here, there are a number of others that we weren't prompted to add when we first set this up. One of them is going to be our social links. So if you have an Instagram, if you have a TikTok, if you have LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever your other profiles may be, we want to add those links right here. So I'm going to add the social links. I'm going to add a social link right here. For Instagram, I'm going to say Mike O'Brien. That's just what I'm going to add right now. Obviously, you want to add your business one, but we're going to add that social link. Let's say we want to add one for maybe Twitter. And again, that's Mike O'Brien with 2 N's. You can click, and then you just keep clicking add social link on the right side, the little drop down there. You can choose what this is actually going to be. And again, not every business needs to have like a Snapchat, for example, and all these other ones. But if you do have one, it could be a nice way for people to potentially learn more about your business or contact you or do whatever. Again, like maybe a band would be a good example of where you can link a SoundCloud, different things like that. So I'm going to say save. We'll have those links right there, Facebook and Twitter. And then down here, we can add some other things as well. So what is our price range? Maybe we are more of an expensive, but not a full-blown splurge category. So $3 signs, I think, would make sense here. We can also add diversity info. So if you are a minority-owned business or you want to share that you're like a woman-owned business or something like that, you can add that information right there. I'm not going to be adding that right now. So you can add services down here as well. So if we have like online booking, we can add that. If we have maybe takeout or dine in or different things, like none of these apply necessarily to a window washing business, but whatever your business may be, I recommend checking this out in case you look at it and say, hey, you know what? We actually do have delivery services. I want to add that on here so not everybody thinks they have to go through Grubhub, which is going to cost you more money. Maybe you're a local pizza shop and you have your own delivery driver. Saves you money if they just go through this, and it saves them money as well. So I'm going to say save. We can also add other languages. So if you speak English and Spanish as a second language, you can mention, hey, you know, like you speak Spanish as a second language. If anyone comes in, they only speak Spanish, you're able to get by, but it's not your primary language. We can say save, just kind of, again, making it more accessible and answering those questions for potential viewers. We can edit the ratings right here. So right now we have no ratings, but you could allow ratings or say, you know what, we don't want ratings on here, especially if you have bad ratings. Maybe you want to kind of fix that and get rid of that. Just, you know, hide your ratings if that is a situation. Then on the left side of this, we're still kind of going through the profile customization here. We have privacy and legal information. So if you have a privacy policy, again, maybe if you have like software or any kind of business that would be collecting information, local like dentists and doctors that might be collecting medical information, you can add a privacy policy right here. Just paste the link to whatever your privacy policy page is from your website. I'm going to say cancel because I don't have one right now. Work and education, if you want to add any experience in the past, I don't think that's really relevant here. Places lived, not relevant. Page transparency, I'm not going to do anything here. Family and relationships, details about you. None of those things really matter. Maybe some details about you. You could add a more detailed bio here about your business. So let's just kind of paste that bio here again. I'm going to say save. More of a lengthy bio here, I would say. And name pronunciation. So if it's like Santrel Media, people might say that incorrectly, and you'd want to kind of show how it's pronounced. And, you know, anything else you want to be fun, add a quote or something like that, you could do that. Otherwise, like life events, this is really tailored more towards like people. So like public figures maybe would add this kind of stuff, but a lot of businesses, I don't think necessarily need to. So let's go back to settings. And going down here, we did everything in preferences. We talked about page details, how people can find and contact you. Right here, allow search engines outside of Facebook to link to your page. Definitely make sure this is enabled. This is what I was saying in the beginning. You can rank on Google for your Facebook business page. If I look up Pickering Valley Golf, of course, they've been around for a long time. So the first thing that pops up is going to be their website. Then below that, you look down, the third link right there, their Facebook business page. So even if you do outrank your Facebook business page, you want to take up all that real estate so competitors are not showing up there. That's really valuable real estate on something like a Google search page. All right, but getting back to here, we have our post settings here, so you can change if you want it to be public. Of course, I would highly recommend that. You can allow comments or you can allow comment summaries on your post or not. We've got stories, so if you want to do anything with that, you can change your settings here. Page setup, any kind of page setup here, you can manage over here. There's not really a whole lot that I would recommend when you're getting started other than advanced messaging. So if we say view right there, there are some advanced messaging features we can configure if you're expecting people to be asking questions on your Facebook business page. I'll actually get into that a little bit later. But going through the left side, we've got Reels here. So choosing who can see your Reels, again, keep that public. I recommend keeping that public at least. Followers and public content, you can choose again what kind of content is shown and what's not. I would recommend hiding comments with profanity. You just don't want that being shown on your page. I don't like dealing with that, so I always go and toggle that to enable the filtering there. Page and tagging, again, you want to make sure that you do have this enabled, so you can make sure that if you're an ice cream shop and somebody goes to your gets your ice cream and they take a photo, they're able to tag you and of course share that they got their ice cream there, and it's kind of nice free marketing there. But you may want to review in case it starts getting out of control and people tag you and they're not really relevant, or it's like a competitor or something like that. You want to make sure that sometimes you can go in and review them. I leave that disabled in the beginning, and if it gets out of control, eventually this is where you can find that setting over in page and tagging. And then lastly, blocking. Hopefully you never have to block any users, but if anyone is really spamming or harassing anyone on your account, you can go and block them so they're no longer able to participate in anything that you post. We're not going to be running ads just yet, but ads can be set up right here with ad payments. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of settings I want to change in here. So let's go back to our page by clicking right here, clicking on our page, and that brings us back to our page. So for the first post, I'm going to post a photo or a video. I'm going to add, let's just say, this photo right here, just a photo of me. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of text up there, and I'm going to post that. And of course, we have this little pop-up here, the ability to add a call now button on your post. I'm going to click on add button, and I'm just going to say continue. So now when somebody sees that post, there's a button there, makes it a little bit more actionable. So again, instead of just having it on your page, you also have your action button on any individual post, much like this one right here. So that is now posting. You'll see right now, call now is going to be showing up right there. And just kind of recapping in case that pop-up doesn't come up for you, if you wanted to, let's just say we're going to post another photo. We're going to upload, say, this photo right here. And down here, I'm going to click on the three dots and say, what do we want to add? We want to say get calls. So we're going to say enter phone number. I'm going to say continue. And now we'll have that button on here as something that we can add into that post. So we're going to say post. And then this one will also post again with that similar button as I mentioned.